It's the season for new album releases, and another one released just on Friday, Imogen Clark. The term alt country's out there. People used to call it middle of the road, all different ways. But I thought we might find out from herself, Imogen Clark, what she classes it as
First time
alt
with Tracy and the Big
country.
D too.
Indeed, and she joins us now. Congratulations on the new album, Imogen.
Thanks, guys. Thanks very much for having me on. I'm very excited.
Are you comfortable with the term alt country?
Yes, very much. I love the term alt country and Americana, and I think I actually have never heard that middle of the road one. I think that's a pretty good description of it as well. But I think alt country is definitely the place to be at the moment. I mean, it's a really growing genre, specifically here in Australia. I mean, it kind of originated over in America, but now that it's come here, it's really where some of our best songwriters are. I think it's kind of the future of country music.
Imogen, your new album, Love and Lovely Lies, was out on Friday. How's it being received out there?
Oh, fantastically. We're so proud of it. I mean, it's my first album, and it's been a real pleasure to be able to put it out through a label. I've never had a label before, and specifically an alt country label too, Lost Highway Music, who are part of Universal. And the album's going great so far. We've had some really lovely feedback, and we had some charting as well. The album got to, I think the highest it got was number 15 on the singer-songwriter chart on the day of release, and we were so proud of it because, to see it up there amongst sort of some of my heroes and, songwriting heroes like Tracy Chapman and even Joni Mitchell was up there still, which is fantastic. So it was a really proud day for us, yeah.
Well, I'll give you a little secret. Darren's very, very critical on the videos that come out, and he came out to me and he said, I have to tell you, I am in love with this video. So you've won him over, and he is quite critical. So
great!
Thank
you.
Yeah, so You'll Only Break My Heart, the video. How did that all come about? And tell our listeners, if they haven't seen it, just a little bit of an insight, because we don't want to give too much away. We need them to go and check it out.
Yeah, sure. Oh, thank you. Well, that's very kind. The video was a really fun process. I always joke about it on stage and say that I spent about 2 weeks prior to the filming of the video just creeping around awkwardly on Facebook trying to find some friends of mine that were good-looking guys that looked like they could be could play the mean part in the clip.
Well, now you've upset him because you didn't give him the call up.
I know. I felt a bit creepy about it. I felt like I was being very awkward, but no, it was a really fun experience, and I ended up getting one of my mates to play the part, and it was really, really lovely, a lot of fun. And the clip is it's basically a piecemeal view of a kind of a love gone wrong. There's segments of joy, and then there's segments of heartbreak, and it's all about these two people's relationship and how it kind of goes sour, and the decision to kind of let something go even if you are very emotionally invested in it. So yes, we filmed it in a warehouse studio in Sydney, and it was a great day.
Have you done any acting classes?
Funnily enough, my dad is actually a drama teacher, and I used to do acting before I did music, so it was nice to be able to bring that back out again. It was a lot of fun, and the director, Jeremy Dillon, was wonderful as well, so we were very lucky. I had a great crew.
Because I want to bring up 3 points for you.
Okay.
And this is for people that are going to be watching it. Our bloke, there's a good tip there. If you want to get in the door, turn up with a box of chocolates, right? First tip.
We've had so many comments on that. It's become a bit of a running joke, and I absolutely love it. It's hilarious.
Second tip: if you're going to have an argument with a woman and she's a singer-songwriter, don't try and take a guitar off of her. Right?
That's also true, yes.
Yes, I was surprised he didn't get slapped for that one, but anyway.
Yeah, looking back on it, my face, I've never seen myself so angry before.
And to me, what prompted me to ask about the singing, the acting lessons, is when he answers the door, the scene where he answers the door and you look around the corner. Yes. And you see what's going on inside. That look on your face, that's either happened to you before, or you've been able to grab somewhere in your mind.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, well, I'm glad that it was convincing, because that's never actually happened to me before, although maybe I could just kind of relate it to not the same but sort of similar experiences and kind of brought it all out there. I guess I must have just thought about every person that had ever kind of done me wrong and then just put that look on my face. I'm glad it was convincing, though. That's fantastic.
Well, it's gold, and I must recommend to anyone to have a look at the film clip, because
thank you so much.
it's such a great job, and it really sells the song.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. We're very proud of that clip, so I'm glad you like it.
Oh, that's it. Well, folks, we're talking to Imogen Clark. Now, the album's out now. It came out on Friday, Love and Lovely Lies. And the single that's coming out at the moment is You'll Only Break My Heart. Imogen, tell us a little bit about that song.
So the song is kind of about wanting to fall for someone and feeling like you're starting to fall for somebody, but there's something stopping you because you kind of don't trust them. Falling for someone you don't trust, or you don't want to you can't really fully give your heart to them because you might know that they've got maybe a colourful history that you don't really want to be involved in, or they might have some sort of hold over you, which you think is kind of a bit damaging, or they'll only end up hurting you in the end, but it's a bit hard because they're quite an irresistible, charming sort of a character. So that's what the song is about, and we've had a lot of people come up and say that they, really relate to it, and everyone kind of seems to know that person that's got a bit of a hold over them. So I always say, I'm so sorry that if you can relate to it, I'm very sorry.
Now, if people want to get a hold of this album, what's the best way for them to do that, Imogen?
You can grab it on iTunes. You can also get it physically in JB Hi-Fi and Sanities. And there's a link up on my Facebook page and also on my website, imogenclark.com.au, and that'll take you to where you can find it.
And if you do visit any of the pages, if you like the clips, if you get the album, why not like her on Facebook or any of the social media outlets, and get back to Imogen and let her know, give us some feedback. I think that's really important.
Yeah, thank you.
Imogen, it's been great to catch up with you tonight. This is the first time. I'm sure it's the first of many. We look forward to doing it again.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Darren and Tracy. I really appreciate that.
This is the brand new single. It's called You'll Only Break My Heart. Here, Tracy and the Big D on a Wednesday night.